Hi, welcome back. This video, I'm going to show you the process to run Arduino program on Arduino version 4.2. By now, you should have finished installing the software, the library, and the USB driver. Please go to this link. You will find the pins for the board. So this is the board. It has Arduino headers on the left and right. This layout of the headers is called Arduino Uno headers. On the left hand side, you have power and ground, 3.3 volts, 5 volts, and analog inputs A0 through A5. On the right hand side, you have ground, you have communication pins such as the SCL, SDA, and you have digital pins D0 through D13. On the top, you have the micro USB connector, barrel jack connector, and you have a voltage switch that can let you switch from 3.3 volts to 5 volts. If you want to switch the voltage, you need to unplug the board from any power source, make the switch, and then repower the board. You cannot switch the voltage live while the board is powered. Okay? It is recommended to run the board at 5 volts because if you run the board at 3.3 volts, it is beyond the operating range in some cases. Okay, so please stay with the 5 volts. This is the default. Looking at your desktop, you should have a shortcut of 1.8.13. Okay, so what we're going to do is first we will create a folder which will save all the projects created in Arduino. So let's go to local disk. Let's make a new folder. Let's call work Arduino. Okay. So inside this folder, each project will be a subfolder. Double click 1.8.13 on your desktop. Confirm, run. Allow access for security. And this is your development environment. Okay, so let's maximize this. Before you do anything, you should configure the development environment. Okay, go to Tools, so File, Preferences. Now the first thing to do is you should adjust the location of your project's storage. Browse, this PC, local disk, work Arduino, open. Font size should be at least 14 for personal use or 16 or above for presentation. So I'm going to change this to 16. Display line number and OK. So by default, this is the template for Arduino program. There are two functions. One is called setup, one is called loop. Anything you put in the setup is going to execute once. Everything you put in the loop is going to run in a continuous loop forever. If you want to declare variables, you should put it before the setup. Okay. So when you install the Arduino software and library, it came with many pre-built examples. So today we're not going to create a new program. We're going to use existing program and then look at the code. So let's click File, Examples, Basic, Blink. So you can close this one because the new program is here. This is a very basic program that will blink the LED on the board. If you look at the comments between 1 and 6, this is a program will turn on LED on for 1 second and then turn off LED for 1 second. And this process repeats forever. It also indicates the pin number for the LED. Pin 13 is the default LED connection on most Arduino boards. For other boards such as the TC2, the 2++, or the 3, they use 11, 6, or 13. Okay, so this is the built-in example, which is read-only. So the first thing we'll do is you save a local copy. So let's go to File, Save As. So make sure that you are in the folder Work Arduino. Let's call this Blinky or Blink Local. Okay. There's no dot, there's no space, but you can use underscore. Save. Okay. So this is a local copy. You can make changes. The code is very short. You define the pins as output, and you change the output to be high. You wait. You change the output to be low. You wait, and you repeat the process. Because you put the code in the loop function, then this code will execute continuously and forever. Okay. So let's select the board you're going to execute this program on. Go to Tools, Board, Arduino Uno. That's the default. Okay. So now you need to plug in the Arduino board to your USB. Plug in. Okay. After you plug in the board, you go to Tools, Port. You can see that COM3 will appear in the menu. COM3. If you want to check the board, you can simply go to Tools, Get Board Info, and it is going to show you the board, VID, PID 28860004. Okay, you can click OK. So now we are going to compile the program. In Arduino, it's called Verify. Sketch, verify, and compile. since this is a pre-built example, there wouldn't be any syntax error. So you can see this project uses 936 bytes of the program storage space and 9 bytes of data storage. Okay, so there are two things you need to do now. You need to make sure that the board is connected. The COM is number 3. It shouldn't be 1. 1 is the default. You can press sketch upload. When it's done, you will see done uploading. You should see on the board the blue LED is blinking at 1 second interval, meaning 1 second on, 1 second off. Okay, so let's see if we can adjust the speed of the blinking. So let's look at the program. Line number 24. I'm going to make this 500 instead of 1000. I'm going to make this 500 instead of 1000. So this means I'm going to wait for 0.5 seconds and another 0.5 seconds. So technically, I'm increasing the speed of blinking from 1 second on, 1 second off to half seconds on, half seconds off. Go to File, Save. Okay. Now every time you save the source code, okay, the special logo or special icon on this will disappear. Sketch, verify, and compile. Sketch, upload. So now you can see the blue LED blinks, but at faster speed. That means your new program has been loaded onto the board. Okay. The program that you just loaded is stored on the flash memory on the board, meaning that if you unplug the USB cable, it's not going to erase your program. The next time you connect power to the board, it is going to execute the program immediately. Okay, because the flash memory is non-volatile. You can hold the data even though it is power off, just like your USB drive. When you use your USB drive, even though you unplug the power, you can still retain the data. Okay. When you're done with your project, you can simply unplug the board. Okay. So this concludes this process to run an Arduino program on the seed Arduino version 4.2. Similar steps can be used to run boards from different manufacturers. Okay. If you go to the tools, if you look at the port, the COM3 disappears because I have already removed the board from the computer. Okay. If you look at the board, every time you load additional libraries, you can install additional boards into Arduino software. Okay. The goal here is to match the board you're using to this selection. Okay. This concludes this tutorial. Thank you.